Greetings and welcome. Welcome to Papa's house. Today is an exciting day in the history of Papa John's. Come on in, we'll talk about it.
Saw, dude. What is up, everyone? Happy Monday evening. It's dark outside. Welcome to episode 2 of Papa Jakey's podcast. I thank all of you for coming back, or if this is your first time and you just decided to skip the first episode, hey, that's cool. You're welcome here too. Today, excuse me, my voice is a little rasped. Today, we're going to have a fun-filled episode talking about high school because it can be crazy, it can be chaotic, it can be weird and wacky. I'm trying to see, do I want to wear these headphones? Do I look cool with these? No, I don't. I only wear them when I have to listen to something on my iPad, which I use to, watch YouTube videos on. It connects to the mixer, and then it goes straight to the camera, so I can't hear it if I don't have headphones plugged into the mixer. So yeah, high school. I'm a freshman at El Dorado High School, and it's quite the experience. I was supposed to go to Esperanza High School, and I wanted to switch over mainly for their video productions program, but now I'm finding out that they have like an amazing band, and I am a band nerd. And I have been since middle school, so it's cool that I'm going to this great school with a great band, and the video productions class is just as cool. I'm learning all these things about editing, which I didn't really have access to before because I don't have a good computer to edit on. And I edit these episodes on my phone so far. That's what I'm going to do for this one. And yeah, so really it's a great school. Band, I'm involved in band. They call it the DM something, Digital Media Arts Academy, so DMAA, and yeah, theater band, DMAA. It's a great little circle of activities, and I am always busy, and I'm just somehow squeezing this in. I'm actually recording this on, I think today's Wednesday. It is, yeah, it's Wednesday the something, I don't know, Wednesday the 19th? The Monday before this episode comes out, essentially, because I am busy as heck. Let's see, tomorrow I have to be at school by 6:15 for a jazz breakfast. I'm in jazz band, along with regular band, excuse me. And so, yeah, we're going to be playing for the teachers in the morning while they eat. I feel like a peasant, but that's okay, that's fine. I mean, I chose to do this. And then on Friday, I've got something, but I forget what. I feel bad because I'm probably letting someone down right now. And Sunday, I'm going to Disneyland with my friend Max. It's his birthday. And I'm going to have him sometime on, too, because he kind of helped me start podcasting, sort of. Maybe yes and maybe no. No, definitely he did. So yeah, let's get started right away. I took some notes, and one thing that I wanted to talk about, based on a true occurrence, was vaping in the bathrooms. It is an epidemic, and it is terrible, and I hate, it's just like, don't vape at school. That's really dumb. I mean, don't vape in general, but if you're going to do it, don't do it at school. And these people get away with it that do it in the bathrooms, and they'll do it when everyone is in the bathroom too. It doesn't matter how many people are in there. They're still going to vape. One day, earlier this week, it must have been Monday, because it wasn't today or yesterday, and I was going to jazz band, and I had to, relieve myself of urine. So I did my business. And while I was doing my business, there was probably like 5 people all crowded around, smoke. And I was like, oh my gosh, really? Why? But it was only like a few people, right? They didn't take up the whole bathroom. And then it got further in to the passing period, and there were more and more people in there. They were all vaping. Like all these people were just vaping. And I was like, I just need to relieve myself. Like, and then I need to go to jazz band and set up my instrument and, get my music out, warm up. So I'm like trying to shove my way out of all these people vaping, and Jesus, it was terrible. There were some notable people too that have like reputations at the school. Just vaping doesn't matter, and you can get in trouble for it if you're caught, but the teachers don't really do anything, or at least the faculty, I guess. The janitors, principal, vice principal, none of them seem to even care or be involved with what's going on. And it would be so easy. Just every passing period, you just send a person in there and they could get caught vaping, but they decide against that. And then also on Monday, that same day that I was trapped in by vapors after school, before I had winter drumline rehearsal, which I will get to later, there was this guy with a giant bottle of Jack Daniels. Or not a giant bottle, but like, if you know what Jack Daniels looks like, it's like a heavy glass. And to think that this guy, one, was carrying around Jack Daniels all day is pretty funny. And two, why are you drinking? It's high school, and you're in the high school bathroom. Like, you don't need to be drinking Jack Daniels. You can... these people are just really dumb. Just, like, really dumb. I don't understand. And then people even do it in class, too. It's very interesting. And I don't want this to be, like, a rant, but I just want the world to know my experience with this thing that is so prevalent in schools. And probably it's even worse than, like, teen smokers back in whenever they smoked cigarettes in high school, which is even worse than vaping. So maybe it's gotten a little better, but it's still as dense. It's still as still prevalent, maybe even more prevalent. But I don't know, I wasn't around back in those times. Yeah, and yeah, people vape in class, like just, I mean, they hide it, right? They do this trick where they put it under their shirt and they're like, and they just keep it in their, mouths or lungs or however vaping works, rather than spewing it out everywhere. Except one time someone did that and nothing happened. The teacher didn't see him. So yeah, it's very exciting times that we're living in now. So yeah, if you have any experience with that, feel free to, comment. We can all grieve together for these people that are too idiotic to realize that they shouldn't be doing that at school if they're going to do it at all. Yeah, that's all I've got about vaping. I mean, enough said. Next up, holiday plans. This holiday season is going by like mega fast. Christmas is in less than a week, which is crazy to think about. And luckily, I've got all my gifts for people, and I'm set. I just have to sit back, relax, give people their presents, and enjoy Christmas. I'm excited. I'm going to be spending a lot of time with family. Oh my God. I keep I don't know why I burp a lot. And that's one, I don't put that on for camera. I mean, it may seem like, oh, why do you keep burping? Is he trying to be funny? And then also my throat and just sickness and in general this holiday season. So yeah, my plans were to not get sick, and so far I am slightly failing because I'm not all the way sick, but I'm getting there. You can hear it in my voice, for sure. So yeah, I get off of school, or we get off of school if you go to the same school as I do. This is our last week, this week. So by the time you're watching this, we're already on break. So yeah, I plan on Saturday, I don't know what plans I have, but on Sunday, I'm going to Disneyland, and then on Monday, I'm going to record a podcast about Disneyland, or maybe sometime next week, and then Tuesday is obviously Christmas, and I'm going to spend time with family, hopefully opening some presents, hopefully watching people open presents. I love watching people open presents, just seeing their faces. They're either extremely disappointed and you can see it, or really happy, and that's something that entertains me oddly. And let's see, Wednesday, I don't have any plans. Thursday, Friday, and for band I have a couple 12-hour rehearsals 2 days in a row. I don't know why they couldn't have separated those days, but they decided to stick them right next to each other. And that's always very extremely pleasant. Yeah, I mean, I don't have a whole lot to talk about today. Last week was a good, dandy, long, lengthy episode. And I don't know how I did it, but I somehow managed. Maybe I'll surprise call someone. I don't know. Yeah. Hope you guys are all having a good day. A very, very, very fine, wonderful day. I mean, I don't know what else to talk about. We're only like 10 minutes in, and I'm blanking. I have upcoming band things. So, Disneyland. I'm going to Disneyland again on January 9th. So, however much time between the 23rd and the 9th. Like, that's not a whole lot of time. It's going to be great. I'm going to do things twice. And a fun thought that my friend brought up was every year besides this one, when band goes to Disneyland, we'll be able to go to Star Wars Land because that's going to open up soon. And that's like cool to think about because it's always seemed like a hassle to me. Like, oh, I don't want to go. I don't want to pay, my own money to go to Disneyland just to beat the Star Wars crowds or to be amidst them. And like, oh, it just seems chaotic. So when I'm with band, it'll be easy because it's like I'm with band. I'm not like, because I take my own trips to Disneyland too, like during the year. I love Disneyland. It's one of my favorite things. Maybe we can talk about that too. But yeah, like, it sounds great. Just with some band buddies, we're in no rush. If we want to go to Star Wars Land, we can just walk around. We don't have to do any rides, at least with the friends that I hang out with. So that is going to be really, really special. Disneyland on January 9th. Maybe I'll have a special live episode or I'll record in the theme park. That might be fun. Another new thing that's opening up at Disney is Tropical Hideaway opens up tomorrow, so I'm going to get it while it's fresh and hot this Sunday. And maybe I'll try some food. Maybe I'll record another podcast at Disneyland and then a review of it. Or maybe not. I don't know. So yeah, it's going to be quite exciting the rest of this holiday season when it comes to theme parks. I'm also getting a Knott's Pass, and I might go sometime over the break, most likely on the weekend. Hopefully not on the same weekend that I go to Disneyland, because that would be like chaotic. This is too much. Because I'm getting a pass next year, so I get one day this year. Yeah, so that's all I have for theme parks. Hawaii trip. I'm going to Hawaii spring break. I have to say, stop saying cool. I keep wanting to say cool because I'm really tired today, and I shouldn't give an excuse. As my wonderful teacher, Miss Switzer, said, don't give an excuse for a performance. Even though I'm not performing right now, I'm still like presenting myself. So I'm ranting. I don't know what to talk about. So yeah, Hawaii. I'm going to Hawaii spring break with band. And I don't know if it's exactly for like more jazz band, because I'm a jazz band, or more concert band, so I'll either be playing bass or tuba. I don't know. I'll be playing tuba for sure. I'm not sure about the bass. I play the string bass. Winter Drumline, that's a thing that's happening. If you don't know what Winter Drumline is, it's like, imagine in a gymnasium, like a themed indoor band show, but it's just drums. And I don't play the drums, but there's a visual ensemble. So we're basically like dancers of a sort. Not really. I don't like to call it dancing because it's not exactly dancing. But maybe it kind of is. Maybe it kind of isn't. And we move props, and there's a lot of mystery behind the show, and I can't tell anyone really what it is. I mean, I could, but I don't want to reveal the show. So, yeah, Winter Drumline. There's two, like I said earlier by like 3 minutes ago. I don't know. We have two 8 to 8 rehearsals, and they're back to back. So Thursday and Friday, I'll be at school practicing for Winter Drumline 8 to 8. And that sounds like chaotic because it's, or not chaotic, just stressful. And I think it's like the weekend before we go back to school. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, school. Oh my God. Sounds miserable, but we got to get it done. And I love performing, so to me, it's going to be taxing, but I know it'll be worth it. There's not a doubt in my mind that I won't not enjoy this. Besides the time thing, yep, jazz concert in the morning tomorrow. I had a jazz concert a week ago, maybe. I'm going to say, no, it was last weekend on Friday evening. That went pretty successful. I played bass in jazz band for the first time, and I'm just playing the electric bass right now. I'm not onto the big old upright acoustic bass, whatever they're calling that. Yeah, and besides band, music-wise, I'm trying to produce an album. As you can see, I've got lots of... Look at how many guitars are back here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I have also my bass and then another guitar at my dad's house. So I'm instrument heavy. Oh, and then these keyboards, you can't see both of them, but you can see one right here, except my music's on top of it. Yeah, I'm trying to produce an album. I'm doing some singing. If you've seen on my other channel, I do a little bit of singing, all original music, no covers or anything. I'm trying to do my own thing. I take a lot of inspiration from other music, but I'm not doing covers or anything. It's all my own music. It's going to be themed of a sort. It's all folk music pretty much, so I'm on my acoustic guitar singing, and I'm going to try and incorporate other instruments. If you listen to this guy named Sufjan Stevens, some of his stuff from Michigan is what I'm trying to go for, so a little bit of horns, not really the bells and stuff, but just acoustic instruments, maybe some lo-fi synth, if that's the right words. I don't know, just some basic pads and luscious stuff. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be down to earth. It's going to be very cool. So I'm out of things to talk about, and now is the fun time where I make up words and rants and crap, or I figure out someone to call. Maybe I'll talk about my week. Actually, no, I've already talked about my week. You guys heard it all here. I don't know. I don't want to sign off yet. It doesn't seem appropriate. Like an episode that's just way shorter than the first one. But I had planned that one a lot better. And, this is my first time podcasting. These don't have to be super long. They don't have to be... I don't want them to be 2 minutes long, but I don't want them to be 3 hours long. The last one was a nice, steady hour. Felt pretty successful. Some of the podcasts that I listen to are Joe Rogan. I take a lot of inspiration from, his educational side of things. So that's something that I enjoy. And then H3 and Tiger Belly are all the comedy inspirations of bringing in comedy and then education and then human insight basically that's what I like about podcasts is they're just down to earth human insight. So yeah, those are my things. I also listen to Park Scope. They talk about theme parks because I'm a theme park nerd. And I occasionally will listen to the A24 podcast because I love movies. And I'm trying to think. There's something else that I can't remember. There's this guy named Logan Sekulow. He hosts a couple of podcasts I listen to, like BLT podcasts and Scare Zone podcast. And those are good, but I don't know. It seems like I'm not that into them anymore. To me, they seem like they're past their prime moments, but maybe it's just me. I'm just growing out of these podcasts because I've been listening to them for a couple years at least. All the podcasts I listen to now, besides Tiger Belly, I've been with since the beginning. And Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan's been around for years and years. Well, I caught Park Scope not at the very beginning, but near the beginning, at least the first 20 episodes possibly, and I don't know how many of their episodes they're at now, probably close to 100-ish, and I could be wrong about that. I could be making stuff up right now unintentionally. Christmas, let's talk about Christmas again and my wish list. So I am trying to save up money to get a new electric guitar. So, I'm not expecting anyone of or anything from anyone, but usually my family members give me a little bit of cash. So over the months and the year, I like to collect money, and I sound like a Jewish lawyer. I like to collect money, and I save it, and I spend it. So one of the items that I've bought before was my camera that you're watching this on. That was, it was pricey. It was quite the item, and I bought all the gear for it. I have a couple lenses, a rig, basic stuff, but it's taken a long time to build it up. And my parents, they kind of help me out with the things that I like to buy, but since they're so expensive, usually it's not a whole lot. My synth here that you can't really see, I bought that. It's a Korg mini log. And then my guitar, I didn't buy this, but this is the guitar that I'm trying to replace. It's a Squier, I don't know, it's supposed to be some kind of Strat, but it might have a different name, like Bullet, whatever. They all have weird names because they're knockoffs. But what I don't like about it anymore is the sound. Before I thought the sound was fine, but it's not fine. And if you know guitars, it's all about the sound. And then also the feel. So it's hard to get a good sound and a good feel. They have to be perfect matches, and those can be expensive. And I've had this thing for probably, I'm going to say 5 years. And it's not bad. Like the feel of it and stuff. And the sound is okay. It's not what I like, but it'll work. And it was around $200-ish. So yeah, I'm trying to save up for a Fender American Professional Hum, I think is what it's called. And it's pricey, but I'm going to just stick to it and save up because that's the way to do it. And it'll last me a while. I went to Guitar Center, and it was the perfect match because it was a Telecaster, which is what I wanted. So it's the other Fender. There's like the two most popular Fenders are Strat, which is one of these, or it looks like this. This isn't a Fender Strat, but it looks just like this. And then Fender Tele, which is more, if you look at the back of this one, it's like kind of curved in, well, very curvy, this one. But Telecaster is more, I guess, defined, and it's got more of an edge to it. And sound-wise, the Tele is more twangy with the pickups that it comes with. So it comes with 2 single-coil pickups. And then this guitar has 3 single-coil pickups, which is really weird to me, at least. I don't know. I've tried to look for this model of guitar, and I can't find any of them with the 3 single-coil pickups. Or maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe this thing down here isn't a pickup. I don't know. I don't know my pickups for guitars that much. And for those of you who have no idea what a pickup is, it's what literally picks up the sound. So it takes the vibration from the strings when you hit a string, and it gets a signal or whatever. I don't know. It picks up the vibrations, and then when it's plugged in, comes out the amp. Bada bing, bada boom. So yeah, the Tele that I want is, it's not like most Teles with the 2 single coils. They're placed differently on a Tele, but I'm just showing you what 2 single coils might look like. This one has a single coil and a humbucker. And what's special about a humbucker is it's 2 of these, why am I blinking? 2 of these pickups mixed into one, and then there's like a plate on over top of it. So yeah, it has the hum up here, and then the single coil down here. And then what I really like about it is the maple neck. And this isn't maple. This is rosewood. Maple would look more like, I don't have a good example, but imagine the back of this right here. So imagine this, but on the front. And it has that. And most maple for Fenders, at least the lesser expensive ones, have gloss, but this one doesn't have gloss, and that's just what I want. It's perfect for me. So that's what I'm trying to save up for. And then it also has, I need to stop saying and then. That's another thing I need to work on. Excuse me, I'm sorry. It also has a switch that makes it, the Telecaster that I want, has a switch that makes it you can have all pickups, so technically it's 3 single coils, or you can make it like a regular Telecaster with some kind of switch, and it only activates one of the internal pickups for the humbucker. So then it's like you have a regular Telecaster. So you're getting 2 guitars in one. Not really, just the internals, but yeah, that's what's going on. That's what I'm trying to save up for. And I'm going to sell these keyboards too, because I'm trying to die down on the keyboardness. Maybe not the synth, but the problem with the Korg Minilog, the synth I have, is it goes out of tune really easily and it sounds bad. And yes, keyboards go out of tune. Analog synthesizers, meaning synthesizers that aren't digital, no digital components, all circuits and wires and crap, they can go out of tune, sadly. And eventually I'm going to get a piano. And I have a friend who has a Minilog, so I think if I ever really want one, I can just write the part, and then when the time comes, I'll borrow it for a day or two and fiddle around and record. I need a computer too, so I can get all those plugins and stuff, and then I just need one MIDI keyboard, and I get all these different kinds of sounds without having to pay the absolute price for them. Yeah, and if you didn't know, I'm a music nerd. So yeah, I have a Squire bass with a maple neck that is pretty dope, and it's all natural wood, and it's my baby. I love bass. I'm digging the bass right now. It's my instrument of choice, personally, besides that Telecaster that I'm trying to save up for. And then tubas too. I play the tuba, and my section at school, we're trying to get new tubas because the ones we have absolutely suck. They're just so bad. They're just atrocious. I don't know why we still have them and why we haven't gotten new ones. I mean, I know why, but it should be. Maybe I'm biased. Maybe I'm not being humble here, but a whole section has crappy tubas. You should at least, attempt to invest. So apparently next school year, our tuba section not only is going to almost double in size, but we're going to get new tubas and special ones that aren't like the regular marching ones you see called contras. And they're basically a concert tuba, which is, just sits on your lap, but then it's flipped sideways and it goes on your shoulder. So the bell is facing out, and then you get the keys and they go in front of your head. And it's going to be a hard adjustment from sousaphone, because the sousaphone is the one that wraps around your body, and then you got the large bell. And that one, there's no skill to it. You just hold it at rest in your arms. But this one, you have to balance it on your shoulder. And it's going to be a fun adjustment, but it's going to be tough. And that's something I'm looking forward to, along with the guitar. I'm steady on bass right now. I don't need a new bass. I mean, I know what I'd want in a new bass if I wanted one, but I don't need one right now. Yeah, I'm also thinking about getting a GoPro one day. And these are all just ideas that I'm thinking of that could be something I invest in. So next Christmas, maybe I'll think about the GoPro or a new bass. But right now, these are just ideas. I like to make up goals in my head of things that I can save up money for, because then it's actually something that I can actively work towards, which is something that I enjoy rather than sitting around and being lazy and just waiting for money, because that's not going to happen. So yeah, musician's life. It's expensive, but it works if you can make it work and you have the time and dedication. So yeah, I think I'm going to wrap it up around here. Thank you guys for watching the second episode. We're almost to 30 minutes. You can find all of my information besides my social security number down below, and my address. You can't find my address or my phone number, but everything else, you got it all down there. Instagram, Snapchat, email. So I hope you guys had a good evening with me, a good Monday evening, or if you're watching this on another day, tune in next week for episode 3, where I'm going to either discuss Disneyland or the Oscars, because those are going to be announced, or the short list was announced, but I haven't thoroughly looked through it yet. So that'll be something to look forward to. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you next Monday evening.
Papa is in the house.